For more on this story, I'm joined by the ANC's KwaZulu-Natal spokesperson and member of the Provincial Executive Committee, Nomagugu Simelane-Zulu. Nomagugu, good evening. Thank you very much for your time. This doesn't bode well for the ANC at all.
Good evening, sir, and good evening to your viewers. I must say that as the ANC, we were quite astounded when we heard of the second arrest of a mayor of the African National Congress in the Malahleni region. It's a matter that we are really grasping to deal with. Having said that, we are also, on the other hand, quite happy with the progress that is being made by the interministerial task team, because you will remember that beginning of last year, as the province of KwaZulu-Natal, we had been calling on the ministers to intervene because we had faced a number of killings and there were no arrests that were being made. And subsequently, we engaged the president at the time, and we also engaged Comrade Cyril Ramaphosa when he was also elected as a president to please ensure that he intervenes. Now, this is as a result of that task team. While it might look as if the ANC is having challenges, but as the African National Congress, we are looking at it as a process of cleansing and as a process that will assist us to turn on a new chapter. Of course, that doesn't mean that we are now saying that we know what has happened. The principle of innocent until proven guilty is a principle that we must always remember, because the fact that we are accused does not necessarily mean that we are guilty of a particular crime.
Why were you astounded, though, as you put it, when in fact your own members have actually been saying this for the longest time?
Well, in as much as such things were being said, but you could hardly imagine that one of your own and in leadership structures, but particularly at that senior level, might be implicated in matters like this. We expected that there could be some ANC members that are implicated, but we did not expect it to be at that senior level. That is why we are also calling on a speedy process in relation to this matter, because we think that that is the only thing that's going to assist us moving forward, because as matters stand currently, it will be allegations, and that's why we are having a court process so that the matter is being proven one way or the other.
Well, of course, this comes a day after you took a decision as the party in the province that those implicated in these kinds of murders or political assassinations, as some call them, will be recalled. Take us through how you finally arrived at that decision.
I must firstly say up front that as the ANC, we are quite shocked by the fact that a journalist would be speaking on behalf of the African National Congress and say we have a decision. As the leadership of the ANC, when we have taken decisions, we have a procedure that we follow, and the procedure is that we call a media briefing and present the decision, or we write a statement, and we have not done either. And we are really looking at this very strangely because we don't understand why it's being done the way it has been done. Having said that, the ANC, and I indicated this when we were at court in Umzimkhulu, that the leadership of the African National Congress is going to unfold a process of engagement between its leadership structures, your officials, PwC and PEC, and that is a process that's going to continue. Started yesterday with the officials meeting, and it's going to continue over the weekend. There is no decision that has been taken so far, and as soon as we have a decision, the world will know, because we will call a press conference.
Are you saying, or are you denying categorically that the ANC has taken a decision to recall mayors who may be implicated in political assassinations in the province?
I'm saying the leadership of the ANC in KwaZulu-Natal is currently engaging on discussions and consultations on what should be done on the matter, considering that the constitution of the ANC says you cease to be a member of the ANC only if you have been found guilty. However, the leadership has decided that it's not enough. We should engage on a process, and after we have received facts, discuss on how do we deal with the matters, including those who have not been found guilty but just implicated. Yesterday there was a meeting of the officials, and officials are not a structure. Officials are just comrades who have been elected and who are leading, and they need to report to the PwC, which must engage and take its recommendations to the Provincial Executive Committee. That is a process that is going to happen over the weekend. And the consultations are not just going to end there. There are other structures that must be consulted. Like I said, as soon as we have a decision, you will know.
I would imagine, or is my reading correct, if I say that it's probably, or most probably, because you still have to engage the people who are or may be affected?
No, we engage the leadership. When we take a decision, we take a principled decision based on facts, based on principle, so that that decision becomes a decision that binds everyone else. You do not have to consult the comrades who are consulted. The comrades who are consulted, if there's a decision, will be informed of the decision of the movement moving forward.
But you are unlikely, it's unlikely that you will have the facts by the time you communicate your decision to any structure, because your legal processes would still be unfolding.
The facts that we need is the fact that one of our mayors has been officially charged, and it's something that we know and we're discussing as we were in Newcastle. Today, we are informed that one of our mayors is being picked up, and we are also making inquiries of whether he's being charged. And a fact, it's going to be a fact once we are able to establish that he's being charged. Those are the facts that we need at the moment, because remember, we are not saying they are guilty, but we are saying on probabilities and what does it mean for the morality of the African National Congress. So the leadership will be discussing on whether comrades who are charged, should there be something that is done, and if there should be something that is done, and what are those things.
Nomagugu Simelane-Zulu, thank you very much for your time this evening. She is the ANC's KwaZulu-Natal spokesperson.